Wednesday night at the Garden, Pat Riley saw his New York Knicks spread the wealth on offense while defeating the Washington Bullets. Gerald Wilkins led the way with 22 points, and 6 Knicks finished in double figures. For New York, it was a positive sign to see contributions from players whose offensive games had been missing in recent weeks. Tonight, the Knicks conclude a home-and-home series against the Bullets, where earlier this month they were victorious despite the usual difficulties they confront when visiting the Cap Center.
You turkey! I don't see how you can go to Barcelona. We're going to lose every team over there in Europe if you're on that team instead of Parmezelis.
New York. The card.
Center in Landover, Maryland, for the New York Knicks and the Washington Bullets meeting for the 3rd time this season. The Knicks, with a record of 27-15, lead the Atlantic Division by a half game. 5 of the last 6, while Washington at 14-28 has lost 7 in a row and 9 of its last 12. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert along with John Andres, and Wednesday night at Madison Square Garden, the Knicks came away with that 12-point victory. There were a host of Knicks standouts on Wednesday against the Bullets, but the Knicks particularly delighted that Charles Oakley emerged with easily his best all-around performance of the season.
Well, the more help Patrick Ewing gets, the better for this team, and much to the surprise of everyone, Charles really presented a complete all-around game against the Washington Bullets. He got plenty of playing time, and he rewarded Pat Riley for it. When left open, Charles banged home that jump shot. And, of course, he's always tough around the basket, following in. And on that particular one, no hesitation, right up to the layup. Charles shot the ball well, getting 13 points and a season-high 18 rebounds in a season-high 38 minutes of play. Now the challenge is to do it again, Charles Oakley, because the Knicks really need you to do that every night.
John putting some pressure on Charles. Well, Wednesday night, the one bright spot for the Bullets, who have had a horrendous time of it, obviously, was the play of Tom Hammonds at a career high. A man who was open right throughout the game. It was as if the Knicks did not pay any attention to him.
Well, he's had an erratic year this year because of an aggravated groin pull. So no one has known what to expect, particularly Wes Unseld, his coach. And the Knicks certainly greeted him that way as well. And he was left open several times, as you mentioned, Marv. Ellison found him with a cross-court pass. Got a feathery touch. He can also put that ball on the floor, as he did to Kiki Vandeweghe. Shoot off the dribble. Those are the real tough jump shooters to contend with, the people who can put it on the floor. And Ellison found him again and again, and he hit that shot. 14 field goals for Tom Hammonds out of 24 attempts. 31 points was his career high. You know he will not be left alone as he was the other night tonight.
And a big crowd still filing in here at the Cap Center. We'll be back with the introduction of the starting lineups, the Knicks and the Bullets, right after these words.
No, that when Alexander...
Well, Marie Osmond doing the honors, singing the national anthem, and greeted by the crowd enthusiastically as we get set for the Knicks and the Bullets. The Knicks with that record of 27-15, a half game in front of second place Boston and Washington, 14-28. Now we're set for the introduction of the lineups.
Starting lineups for you, New York Knickerbockers. At forward, number 34 from Virginia Union, Charles Oakley. At forward, number 32 from Wichita State, Xavier McDaniel. At center, number 33 from a little school called Georgetown, Patrick Ewing. At guard, number 21 from Tennessee Chattanooga, Gerald Wilkins. And at guard, number 13 from St. John's, Mark Jackson. The Knicks trainers are Mike Saunders and Tim Walsh. The assistant coaches, Dick Harder, Paul Silas, and Jeff Van Gundy. And the head coach, the man, the hair, Pat Riley.
And now, here's the starting lineup.
for your Washington Bullets. Starting at forward, number 44 from Oklahoma, Harvey Grant. At the other forward, number 12 from Georgia Tech, Tommy Hammond. At center, number 43 from Louisville, Irvis Ellison. At the guard, number 22 from Louisville, LaBradford Smith. And at the other guard, number 10 from Boston College, Michael Adams. The Bullets trainer, John Lally. Assistant coaches, Bill Blair and Jeff Zelick. And the head coach of the Washington Bullets, Wes Unseld.
And the officials, Ed T. Rush, David Jones, and Jim Kinsey. Now, earlier this week, as you're well aware, Dominique Wilkins ruptured his Achilles tendon, putting him out for the rest of the season, and his brother Gerald says he will dedicate the rest of the year to Dominique, the subject that we discussed with Gerald.
Well, you know, first of all, you know, it's unfortunate that he had to sustain such an injury as he did, considering the year that he was having. And we talk all the time. We talk about how we like to go out and play and try to play hard every night, and that's something he did. So by him going down, it takes a little bit from what we've been trying to do every year as brothers. So I decided that, you know, I would go out and, you know, just play a little extra harder for him, you know, because he loves to play so much, that I would give an even harder effort, you know, just for him. You know, I'm going to play hard anyway, but just to go out and just make it happen for himself and for me.
And Gerald coming off a strong game against the Bullets on Wednesday, 10 for 20 from the field and 22 points. Gerald also said from now on he will tape his ankles every game.
I'm sure that's a protective measure for psychological reasons, because the ankle and the Achilles really don't relate that much.
And it will be Washington ball.
If Dr. Scott wants to correct me, I welcome that on Sunday when I see him next.
John with some medical input here in the early going. Wes Unseld once again starting the rookie LaBradford Smith. This is Smith, who had a tough time at the Garden the other night, rejected.
Patrick Ewing showing defensive alertness right away.
McDaniel off the fake, and the Knicks lead by the score of 2-0. You may hear the reaction from the crowd. It has been a very pro New York Knicks crowd. In fact, during the introduction of the lineups, Patrick Ewing received a rousing ovation. And Ewing is held, fouled by Smith.
Little accent on the Georgetown, too, when Patrick was introduced. Much of Patrick's fame and fortune has come from his years here in Washington, certainly, and that time spent at Georgetown.
Here's Ewing, and he was hacked by Ellison.
Of course, coming into this game, the Knicks faced a mental challenge, a subject we often speak of when the Knicks play a team that appears to be down, as the Bullets do with their losing streak, and they don't seem to have any reason to think they can win this game whatsoever. And of course, that's when NBA teams are the most dangerous. Every coach, Pat Riley in a big way knows this. Every coach faces that when a team is down and out, that's when they can be their most dangerous.
And the Bullets with that very unusual breakdown of the record. At home, they've won 6 and lost 15. And on the road, they've won more than here at the Cap Center. They're 8 up and 13 down. Jackson getting a piece of it. Good play. Last touch by Adams. See, the Bullets 6 and 15, the second worst home record in the league. Only the Minnesota Timberwolves are worse.
Yes, if you heard at home, you heard overall, because this is where you have to make things happen if you're going to have a decent year. Oh, Xavier off to a good start.
And the Knicks lead it by the score of 6-0. Now, certainly this Bullet team has been hammered by injuries with the loss of Bernard King out after undergoing the arthroscopic knee surgery. Here's Grant, 6-2. The Knicks on top. But the loss that really hurts, Ewing, yes, 8-2 Knicks. John Williams, who last year ballooned to over 300 pounds, placed on the suspended list, is still well overweight. And here's a guy who's just wrecked his career.
The worst part about it is John Nash, the general manager of this team, isn't sure even where he is. He told us before the game he thinks he's out in L.A. How about you'd expect to be getting daily reports from John saying how much weight he's lost. I lost a pound today. You know, anything to give this team encouragement and to make him be accepted. But it's an unbelievable, tragic story thus far.
It's the Knicks 8 and the Bullets 2. 2.5 gone by. Ewing and Ellison off the board. Ellison. The Knicks 8 and the Bullets 4.
John Williams, Marv, going back to that for a second, wasn't just another player in this league. Oh, on the missed pass, Mark Jackson right there to scoop it up and hit. Wasn't just an ordinary player in this league. This is a guy who had potential stardom if he wasn't already touching it, because he could do everything, similar to Magic Johnson at his best. He can dribble a ball, play underneath, and it's just so sad to see this fine talent not be utilized.
It's a 22nd timeout taken by the Bullets.
Well, the Knicks looking sharp here in the opening moments. Pass intended for Ewing. Those are the signs that tell you this might be a good game for the Knicks.
Knicks have opened up by hitting 4 of their first 5 from the floor. Bullets missed their first 4. Michael Adams guarded by Mark Jackson. Tom Hammonds and Charles Oakley massaging each other. Ellison with the good recovery. Hammonds. It's the Knicks 10 and the Bullets 6. Tom Hammonds, 6'9", 225-pounder, in his 3rd year out of Georgia Tech, a #1 draft pick of the Bullets. Back in '89, he was the 9th selection overall. McDaniel with a nice fake. So Xavier off to the good start. He has 6. Knicks 12, Bullets 6.
Boy, he does look sharp. He had a good start the other night, though, at Madison Square Garden with 12 points in the first quarter.
Adams with that shot put style form, and Ewing is hit from behind. The call against Hammonds. The Knicks are back home at Madison Square Garden Sunday afternoon to face the Golden State Warriors, and then Tuesday they'll be at home for Miami. Knicks in the midst of a good home stretch, 4 out of 5 at home. And Xavier McDaniel now has 8 points. He claimed he was hacked. The X-Man has hit his first 4 field goal attempts.
And you'll notice how the Knicks continue to go to him.
Ellison. And the Knicks now lead it 14-8. Purvis Ellison, as we discussed the other night, certainly a leading candidate for the Most Improved Player award. He's averaging 20 points, 12 rebounds. Gerald Wilkins.
I got to tell you, Marv, I was asking the coaching staff of the Bullets before the game about LeBradford, how they feel about him. Oh, Michael Adams penetrating beautifully using that backboard. Coaching staff told LeBradford that Gerald Wilkins was going to send a limo for him tonight to make sure he got to the game on time. The way Gerald went around him and slam dunked the other night. They said, maybe you ought to think about letting him show you a jump shot.
A direct message. Now Hammond switches off on Wilkins. Charles Oakley, who had the strong game the other night. Knicks have hit 7 of the first 8 from the field and lead by 8. McDaniel called for the reach-in, and a timeout has been taken by Washington. 6:39 left in the first quarter.
There's a lot of competition.
Wilkins had fun the other night at the Garden being guarded by LeBradford Smith. Here he backs him in and then spins right around him. Obstacle course comes up in the form of Ellison, but Gerald figures his way around that as well.
LeBradford Smith, #1 draft pick out of Louisville. He was a serious baseball prospect, had a 92-mile-per-hour fastball in high school, led Bay City High School to the 1985 Texas High School Baseball Championship. Was undecided between the two sports and opted for basketball. Foul called on Ewing. Ewing with the hole. It's the Knicks 18 and the Bullets 10. Knicks on fire here in the early going. 6:20 remaining in the first quarter. Ellison. Knicks with their starting unit on the floor. Jackson and Wilkins in the backcourt. Ewing with Oakley and McDaniel up front. Wilkins, yes, and it counts.
Well, the Knicks are allowing Gerald to pick this man apart. Gerald's speed, his bursting ability to the hoop is doing it. Takes a little bump, but it doesn't bother him enough. But Bradford paying the price for not being in training camp, not being in tip-top shape, and he's just having a problem staying with Gerald.
Yeah, he was on the injured list for a spell with a sprained ankle. And last touch by Oakley. It'll be Washington ball. Knicks have their biggest lead of the game, a margin of 10. Smith. Hammond's off the steal. Grant. So the Bullets cash in on the turnover. Now trail 20-12. Wilkins. That time met on a switch by Ellison. Oh, nice look by Ewing. And it's Gerald Wilkins giving the Knicks a 22-12 lead. Hammonds. Well, Tom Hammonds Wednesday in New York hit 14 of 24 for a career high of 31. He's opened up by hitting 2 of his first 3. The Knicks lead it by 8.
Bullets are showing good patience moving the ball. Oh, what are they going to do about Xavier, though? That's his 4th jump shot. But I don't think the Knicks have played this intensely on defense in the first quarter anytime this year. I mean, they're working very hard.
Here's Grant. Knicks now lead it 24-16. McDaniel getting down, met by Adams. And that's the first miss for the X-Man. Hit his first 5 field goal attempts. Ewing called for the loose ball foul. That's his 2nd. The Knicks call for their 3rd team foul. Anthony Mason will come on. Patrick Ewing will sit down. Leaves with 4 points, 2 fouls. The Knicks have opened up, hitting 11 of 14 from the floor.
Of course, it's never a good sign when Ewing has to go out early because of foul problems, but against this team that's shorthanded in the middle, they can get away with it.
Yes, Oakley switching off to defend against Ellison, and a foul is called. Charles Oakley upset for a moment. Loose ball foul against the Bullets. Now Charles laughing it off. It's on Hammonds. Hammonds and Oakley have been going at each other pretty good. Now the Bullets are over the limit. Xavier McDaniel to the foul line. Xavier got off to the good start on Wednesday, and then left early, appears to injure his thigh, but apparently is all right. He finished 7 for 13, 15 points, and off to the quick start here tonight.
That rumor about an Oakley for a Harvey Grant trade apparently is not going to happen. Speaking to some of the officials here of the Bullets, apparently it was bandied about pretty carefully, but then it appears to be going away. And of course, the Knicks enjoying the presence of Charles Oakley right now as a more than adequate backup center, as he's proven this year. Many times he's had to play behind Patrick in these situations, and he's done well. He hasn't gotten hurt badly at all.
McDaniel called for the foul, and I think the way the center position has gone in the NBA these days, you can get away with Charles playing against most of the league's centers.
And you couldn't with a Harvey Grant. He does not have the physique to do that kind of physical labor.
Kiki Vandeweghe with early entrance coming on for Xavier McDaniel. Sensational start by Xavier, 5 for 6 for 12 points. Kiki Vandeweghe had a big one the other night. 22 minutes, hit 5 out of 9 for 14 points. Oakley able to save it. Here's Vandeweghe for Mason. Off the air ball. Kept alive by Wilkins. Here's Oakley, and he's fouled. And Oakley had the elbow flying into Hammonds.
Well, see that? These players don't realize that's how Charles takes layups.
Yes.
He goes for the body of the defender, and then he thinks about the basket. And of course, if you're the victim, there's no logic to that at all.
And in very diplomatic fashion, Bullet players discussing that wild elbow with Charles. You can see that Harvey Grant was upset. Tom Hammonds.
Taking another look at Charles going up and then laying his elbow, certainly unnecessarily, on Hammonds.
Yeah, that was a unnecessary move. Bullet players correct in complaining, and Charles very fortunate that no foul was called, even though he was fouled in terms of the shot attempt. It will be Nick Ball. Here's another look at that drive by Oakley.
Yes, if any viewer or any person was Hammonds, they would be unhappy about that.
Knicks 28, Bullets 18 with 3.5 left in this first quarter. And Oakley able to hit. And apparently the officials are calling a double foul. Let's see, David Jones over to the official scorer's table. Yes, double technical.
Mason and Ellison.
Well, the officials looking to put an end to the over-aggressive play, so the double technical was called. Here is Ellison. Hits 30, and the Bullets 20.
That's Ellison turning his advantage on, and that is speed over Oakley.
Vandeweghe tried the reverse. Adams flying down, has Grant. Wilkins on the recovery was able to hit with the scoop. He had lost the dribble in the midst of the drive and then recaptured. Knicks lead by 12.
Notice the Knicks double teaming Michael Adams whenever he gets a pick. They don't want to give him any room.
Ellison thought he was fouled. Ellison finding Stewart, who just checked in. Mark Jackson went flying, and it will be Nick Ball.
Wes Unsell's losing it. Boy, is he unhappy.
Now Pat Riley takes a timeout with 2:19 to go in the first.
Please use good sense when you drink and know when to say when. A reminder from Budweiser.
Well, the Knicks in recent games have done a superb job off the boards. A look at the dominance that began against the Warriors in the game last Friday night out in Oakland. Wes Unseld was very unhappy about the fact that, as he put it, the Knicks killed us off the boards Wednesday, 56-41.
Taking it even further, they've out-rebounded their opponents in 7 of the last 8.
Vandeweghe and Ellison with the rebound. Knicks lead by 12 as we come up on 2 minutes to go in the first. Adams from downtown. Now Jackson goes behind the back. He's 1 on 3, leaves it from Mason. Oh, nice play by Jackson to keep it alive. Here's Wilkins. Yes. And Gerald Wilkins continues his exceptional play.
What a sparkling recovery by Gerald Wilkins. So fast.
Gerald is 5 for 6 from the field. Knicks lead 34-20. A.J. English, who came in after the timeout. And right now the Bullets cannot buy one. Substitutions, Greg Anthony and John Starks now check in. Mark Jackson will sit down. And Gerald Wilkins departs. And they are greeted enthusiastically by the bench. Gerald leaves with 10 points. Here's English. A.J. English in his second season out of Virginia Union. Scorer in college, gets off his shot under any circumstance. Second-round draft pick a year ago, and he comes in looking to fire away.
As will John Starks, who went scoreless in his 12 minutes the other night. Kiki way off.
Kiki has been hitting the backboard at all angles here in the first quarter. This coming off the good effort the other night. Nice pass from Ellison. It counts. Stewart with the bucket. And he will go to the line. The foul called on Vandeweghe.
Stewart, the surprised rookie, getting inside and showing how tough he can be. Stewart is 6'8" and has done a great job for this team.
Signed as a free agent out of Coppin State in Baltimore. Twice named Player of the Year in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. English with the save. Anthony contesting, but Adams comes away with it. Half minute to go in the quarter. English. So the Knicks now lead by 8. Pat Riley indicating to Greg Anthony, hold for 1. Bullets with 6 consecutive points. We're winding down in the first quarter. Adams pressing Anthony. Starks started by English. And a pushing foul on English.
Well, English with a lot of quickness stayed with Starks rather well. But Starks, with his incredible desire, was able to draw that foul. English doing a nice job on him, moving those feet. And then Starks continues to draw the foul.
Bullets over the limit. 2 shots for Starks. 5 seconds to go in the first.
First time John Starks went scoreless this year. Wednesday night, as you can see, in 12 minutes against the Bullets. The prior game, he had a fine game, 20 points down here. Actually, it wasn't until last February, since last February, that John was scoreless, and oddly enough, it was against the Bullets.
One of those games the other night where his spark was not needed. A workmanlike victory for the Knicks. Good play by Anthony. The quick hands of Anthony busting that attempt up. So after 1 here at the Cap Center, it's the Knicks 35, the Bullets 26.
Can pass over Mark Jackson. That's the height advantage.
Nice play by Wilkins. The look away from Jackson. McDaniel. And the Knicks have taken the lead.
It's Toyota's.
Whoever lead is, you can see Larry Stewart is one of the leading rookie scorers in the NBA. Everyone heard about the players above him, but no one knew about Larry Stewart. But they know about him now in the NBA. 12 points a game. Started over 30 games this season. He's wearing down, though. He's lost weight, Wes Unseld told us the other day, and brought him off the bench the other night in the Garden. Larry Stewart is such a quiet guy, Marv. He picked up a very interesting nickname from his teammates. They call him Noise.
Yes.
Because he says nothing.
How clever.
Noise.
Second quarter underway. Andre Turner has come on for the first time for the Bullets. Knicks led by as many as 14 in that first quarter. They led all the way. Here's Charles Oakley. And the box out by Grant. Knicks 35 and the Bullets 26 as we get started in the second. Ellison, Stewart, and Grant up front. English in the backcourt. English will go to the foul line. English and Turner at the guards. Patrick Ewing returns, replacing Charles Oakley. In the first quarter, the Knicks were 14 for 23 from the field, 61%. They hit their first 9 out of 10 and then cooled off. Washington 12 for 28, 43%. And the Bullets have the edge off the boards, which has been a rare sight for the Knicks. We discussed earlier the Knicks have done so well off the board in recent weeks.
Beat the Bullets by 15 the other night in that category.
Knicks lead is now 7. And here's pressure by Washington. Vandeweghe back to help. Starks lost it. English with the steal.
Oh, Vandeweghe in the middle as the target man. They got the ball over half court, then coughed it up.
Andre Turner. Stewart. And the rebound snatched by Ewing. Vandeweghe. He thought he was fouled by Ellison. Ellison got the clean block. It will be Nick Ball. Gerald Wilkins returns.
Vandeweghe almost getting it in there, but Purvis Ellison doing a terrific job at the right moment.
McDaniel and Wilkins are back. Vandeweghe and Starks sit down. So Patrick Ewing with 6 points.
Bullets are working hard, reflected in those rebounding stats. Knicks happy to have Ewing back after sitting much of the first quarter with 2 fouls.
Ellison. Purvis Ellison does have the good outside touch.
Plays much like Ewing in that regard. He'll surprise you and go outside and face his defender and hit that jump shot.
8.6 rebounds for Ellison. Knicks by 7. 2 minutes gone by in the second. And McDaniel was hit by Stewart. Larry Stewart, the 1991 winner of the McClendon Trophy, which is given annually to the top player at a historically black college or university. Ewing and Turner with the rebound. Larry Stewart is not a complete unknown, but I don't think people thought coming from his level. A.J. English connects, and the Knicks now lead by 5. Most basketball scouts did not think he could make the adjustment as quickly as he did.
Well, also, Marv, he wasn't invited to 2 of the major postseason tournaments that top college players are invited to. And no, the touch hasn't gone away from Xavier McDaniel. He started out blistering, and now he's got the touch back.
6 for 7 for McDaniel. Knicks 39, Bullets 32. Here's Grant, and that will count. It's a goaltend. So the basket counts. And the Bullets coming on. They're now within 5.
They keep digging away. It looks like Ewing was there in time, but the officials saw it the other way, meaning the ball was on the way down.
They've been going at a hectic pace here in the second quarter. Bullets have picked it up. Wilkins. And Grant with the rebound. Turner pushes it down. Here's English.
Riley imploring his team to move the ball.
Knicks maintain possession. They'll have 8 on the shot clock. Charles Jones coming on to give Purvis Ellison a rest. Charles Jones played 20 minutes the other night against the Knicks and was a factor, had 3 blocked shots.
However, took no shots in 20 minutes.
That's his game, strictly blocking shots and defending. The officials disagree on the call, but David Jones, who was right where the ball deflected out, said last touch by the Bullets. Knicks get the new 24. McDaniel, yes, he's 7 for 8, 16 points.
Well, the so-called problems that he has had on the road seem to have disappeared tonight.
Knicks lead by 7. English, it counts, and the foul. Wilkins charged with the foul, and A.J. English will go to the line. A.J. one of 3 Virginia Union standouts in the NBA. Charles Oakley, Terry Davis, the others.
You know how very high he got up on that jump shot. That's unusual. You don't have to jump high to get off a jump shot effectively.
Knicks by 4, 41-37. McDaniel again, and he has been wide open.
This is Tom Hammonds the other way tonight. Hammonds was wide open the other night and had 14 field goals. That's the direction Xavier's going.
18 points, 8 for 9 for the X-Man. Knicks lead 43-37. They get 43-39 as Grant now has 12 points. 7.5 remaining in this first half. Daniel now drawing the double team. Ewing. And the loose ball foul called on Anthony Mason. 13 foul called on the Knicks. The pace has been very, very fast here in the second quarter, and both clubs have shot well. Knicks lead by 4. They've led by as many as 14. 5 minutes gone by in the second. Holding foul on McDaniel. Angling for position with Grant.
I think Xavier feels like getting a technical, but he wisely walked out to half court to cool down. He wasn't happy.
4th team foul on the Knicks, and now Charles Oakley replaces Xavier McDaniel. That's his 3rd foul. Did not want to pick up any kind of foul difficulty the way he's shooting, but he'll sit down. Lee's with 8 for 9 from the field, and the high man with 18. There's Tom Hammonds making his way back. So the matchup is Oakley guarding Hammonds. Marv Albert with John Andres from the Cap Center in Landover. Good crowd on hand. English off the fake.
He decided he was going to shoot no matter what. Wilkins did a great job staying with him.
Anthony.
Whoa. He was wide open as well. He had a clear view of the basket.
And Ed Rush with the call. Foul on English. Timeout is taken by the Bullets. 6:26 remaining. First half.
Coca-Cola Concert Series presents Bill Cosby at the Paramount on Friday, February 7th and Saturday, Feb 8th. Tickets now on sale at the Garden Box Office and all Ticketmaster locations. To charge by phone, call 212-307-7171.
Charles Oakley to the line. The Knicks 43, the Bullets 39. 6:26 remaining in the second quarter.
The way this game started, it looked like the Knicks might have a 20-point lead by now, but this highly respected team that puts forth a great effort every night, no matter what the outcome, has come right back.
And Pat Riley, you know, has reminded his ball club about the fact that the Bullets usually play hard. He said he'll take the win the other night, but he felt the Knicks looked sluggish. They may have been tired after the 4 games and 6 nights on that recent trip. The Knicks winning 3 out of 4 on the road trip, making made a sweep of the West Coast. Here's Jones with a rare shot, and he banks it home with a hook. Knicks lead 44-41. Mason swinging in. Strong pivot move by Anthony Mason.
Well, he has the confidence now to hold that ball and figure out his move. He doesn't pump it back out immediately.
English. John Starks getting set to return. Wilkins met by Turner. Here's Anthony. So Greg Anthony able to connect from straight away, and the Knicks now lead 48-41. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Hammonds lost the dribble. Here comes Starks. He'll replace Gerald Wilkins. Gerald leaves with 10 points, hit 5 out of 8 from the field. Knicks with Anthony and Starks in the backcourt. Up front, Ewing with Mason and Oakley. The call away from the ball against the Bullets, a holding foul on Jones. Now Harvey Grant, Purvis Ellison are back. They come on for Charles Jones and Tom Hammonds. Knicks with a 7-point lead. They've committed only 1 turnover in this first half. Anthony, yes. Well, he hit one just a moment ago. That provided some confidence, and now able to bury one from long range. Foul called on Anthony. Knicks now lead 50-41.
One thing he doesn't lack, and that is self-confidence. We saw that when Anthony arrived in the summer. He gave off a confidence level that has continued even through his poor shooting. He still will take those shots, which he must do.
Andre Turner to the line. A man who's had a well-traveled career. He has been cut 8 times all over the NBA. He's had his share of CBA contracts. Spent last year with Philadelphia. Was a starter for a good portion of the year because of the Johnny Dawkins injuries. Also spent time with Boston, Houston, Milwaukee, Charlotte, the Clippers, Philly, and now Washington. He was originally drafted by the Lakers on the 3rd round in '86.
Sounded like a conductor on a train there.
Ewing with the step. Rebound Mason, yes, and it counts.
Mason has such sure hands getting that basketball. He didn't bring it down to waist level, I don't believe. Ewing in close, frustrated by this. Mason gets the ball right up. Didn't bring it down and allowing the defense to tie him up.
Anthony Mason has played so well. People talk about the surprising play of John Starks. Well, Mason, who also has been contributing with his rebounding work, equally as surprising, and like Starks, one of the major factors for the Knicks' success this season. Knicks by 10. Here's Ewing, able to pull up and hit.
Nicely done by Ewing.
Knicks lead 55-43. Ewing jumping out. And Harvey Grant able to hit. So the Knicks lead is now 10.
That's the danger in double teaming. There are open people when you double team, and the Bullets are finding them.
Anthony. And a loose ball foul. That's number 3 on Patrick Ewing. For his 3rd with 3:27 remaining in the first half. Pat Riley thinking about it, and now pointing in the direction of Kiki Vandeweghe. See, he will pull Ewing. You know, Pat Riley just looked over here, John, and he said, "You got Stewart." I thought he was talking to you. I thought perhaps he was inserting you, but no, it was Kiki.
I keep hoping, Marv. Patrick very frustrated at leaving the game again for the second time earlier than he wants to.
Knicks 55, Bullets 46. 3:20 to go. First half, pressure by the Bullets, and the Knicks take a timeout. So the Knicks, who are led by as many as 14, saw Washington cut into that lead, but they now lead by 9. Nice looking publication, John. You know, the scent is good. You know, there's something about a garden program that has that certain smell. John Starks extends to a 57-46 lead. As a kid, John, using my Geo card, I used to love to buy a program and kind of smell it.
Probably the last program you bought, too.
You may have a point. Yeah.
You notice the jacket on Pat Riley on the cover of Baseline Confidential, Mark?
Yes, I did.
What about it? Same one as he's wearing tonight. Unless he has a couple of those beauties.
One of 5 that he has in that particular shade. So Baseline Confidential will be distributed to all fans as a sampling at the Knicks Golden State game on Sunday. Mason and the Knicks now lead by the score of 59-46. Now, I'm not indicating just because the magazine smells good you can buy it. A lot of good stuff inside.
Actually, Marv, if I go there Sunday, which I will get it for free. Like everyone.
Well, let's see. Is it the
I think so.
Same sport jacket?
Yes, it is. Yes. And it counts.
Michael Adams to the line.
This is the man who is worn down a bit. Michael Adams plays so many minutes a game for this team. They say he's losing gas a little bit. 39 minutes a game for Michael. I asked the coaching staff why he's not taking as many three-point shots as usual. Takes 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 at the most. He's taken 11 in the game this year, as much as 11. They say because teams are doubling him so quickly when he comes over half court, he can't get that shot off.
Foul call on Anthony that put Adams at the line. Knicks 59 and the Bullets 47. Starks thought he was fouled. What a recovery by John Starks. Following the conversation, he had a debate with English. He had a conversation with the official Ed T. Rush. And now the foul against the Bullets. Elbowing call on Grant, and a technical foul called on Grant. Harvey Grant, if I can read lips, pointing out that Charles Oakley got away with an elbow at the other end, and he said something to the effect, "How can you call that on me?" That was in the first quarter. And Vandeweghe hits the technical, so the Knicks now lead 62-47. That represents their biggest lead of the night.
It's a reasonable request.
Harvey Grant, the twin brother of Horace of the Chicago Bulls, and Horace having another sensational season.
Horace, the difference in these guys, Horace is a 4 and Harvey's a 3.
Yes.
Harvey can't gain the weight and muscle that his brother did, much as he tries.
Vandeweghe getting it back to Jackson, shoots from downtown. Mark Jackson from three-point range. The Knicks 65 and the Bullets 47. And they will jump it up.
That was Mark Jackson's third three-point shot of the year. Mason tough inside. Gets a piece of that ball without committing the foul. Very hard to do when the offensive man's in front of you.
Picked off by Starks. Knicks with the numbers. Jackson fouled, hit by Adams.
You know, Marv, I don't think we saw Mark Jackson move like that much last year. Maybe once or twice, but he was really motoring down the court. He sees Adams in front of him, and he instinctively knows he can get around him.
Mark took a poke in the right eye. So a moment ago, he hit the three-pointer. 3 for 16 from downtown this season.
By the way, I met Mark A. Jackson the second the other night leaving the Garden. Little guy was there with his mother Desiree. Here's Mark moving up court quickly. Goes inside and gets whumped.
The Knicks have outscored the Bullets 23-6. Since Washington cut the lead down to 3, it's now 24-6 run. And they have opened up a 20-point bulge with 1 minute left in the first half. Ellison. Knicks 67. And the Bullets 49. A strong first half for the New York Knicks, who are gunning for their 5th straight win, looking to make it 6 out of the last 7. And Jackson was held by Adams. Been a very difficult first half for Michael Adams. He is 1 for 5 from the field, has not been a factor. Here's Andre Turner coming on for Adams.
Well, Jackson is bullying the shorter people tonight. Adams is shorter, as is Andre Turner, and he's so good at backing players shorter than him, and for that matter, players a little taller than him, in close to the basket, and he's capitalizing now.
Mark Jackson 2 for 3 from the line. Coming up at halftime, Lisa Burkhardt of the MSG Sports Desk. We'll take a look at what is going on elsewhere around the NBA and the NHL. We'll check out first half highlights here at the Cap Center. 8 points for Jackson, and the Knicks now lead 68-49. 35 seconds remaining first half. And that ball away from the ball against the Knicks. It's on Starks. Both teams over the limit. A.J. English to the line.
The other night, A.J. did not have a good game at the Garden, but the Bullets were very pleased with how he has been playing the last 3 weeks. 0 for 4 in 14 minutes in their last meeting with the Knicks Wednesday night. Much better tonight.
The Knicks lead it by 17. Some pressure being shown by the Bullets. Vandeweghe giving it back to Oakley, who guns it down.
Smart move by Mason. Didn't force the move inside the foul line.
We've talked about it before. His instincts are so good. He is such a smart player. Starks rebounded by Ellison. English. Final seconds of the half. Starks for 3. That's the end of the first half. The Knicks lead it by 17. It's the Knicks 68 and the Bullets 51.
There's nothing else like it on earth, or maybe even in heaven.
The Cap Center once again, the Knicks receiving balanced scoring led by Xavier McDaniel, who has 18 points, and they lead the Bullets 68-51 at halftime. Now let's go to Lisa Burkhardt.
Thanks, Marv. The Boston Celtics, a half game behind the Knicks in the Atlantic, are at Milwaukee tonight, where the Bucks are trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. And in the second quarter, Milwaukee leads the Celtics 33-29. Early first quarter, John Bagley with the awful force. And quickly, the Bucks are in transition. Jay Humphries and Alvin Robertson work the give and go, and finally Robertson takes the pass for the slam. The Bucks jump out to a 10-4 lead. The Celtics have fought back. Reggie Lewis drives in here for the layup. He misses, but Robert Parrish follows with the jam. The Bucks now in front by 4. Elsewhere in the NBA this evening, Miami leads Detroit 22-21 in the second quarter. It's Philadelphia big over Orlando at halftime. Indiana leading Atlanta 62-47 at the half. The Hawks going for their third straight win. And it's Seattle in front of Charlotte 54-49 in the second quarter. The Nets play later. They've been reeling on this road trip they're on, and tonight they have another tough opponent, the Portland Trail Blazers. The Blazers have won 4 straight and are 16-4 in their last 20. The Atlanta Hawks, Dominique Wilkins, who tore his Achilles tendon on Tuesday, had successful surgery this morning, and today he vowed a strong return to the NBA.
Everybody basically who's gotten hurt in this league, be it Achilles or knee, guys have come back and played. But, you know, you always have to, I guess, prepare yourself for the worst. But with me, I can't abandon the team. I can't sit around and pout. I can't sit around and just feel sorry for myself, because if I do that, I'm going to let myself slip.
And in other news, 9 individuals, including St. John's coach Lou Carnesecca, were elected today to the Basketball Hall of Fame. Carnesecca has taken the Johnnies to postseason play in each of his 23 seasons with the Redmen. And on today's taping of the Lou Carnesecca Show, our Bruce Beck talked to Louie about the honor.
Just goes to show what happens in life. So many things that nice happen. You know, this morning, you know, I was elated. It was all puffed up, you know. There was a proud peacock. What's the last words I hear as I'm walking out of the house? Don't forget the garbage.
Keep it in perspective, right?
I don't believe it.
Don't let it get to your head, Coach.
Matter of fact, as I'm going down the grave, somebody don't say anything. Pick up the garbage.
And tomorrow, St. John's will take on the University of Connecticut here at the Garden. The Redmen, who've had a tough go of it lately, lost by 9 to the Huskies the last time the two teams met. We'll be back with more right after this.
Sports Desk is brought to you by Dutch Boy.
Welcome back to the Cap Center in Landover, where the Knicks lead the Bullets at halftime by the score of 68-51. They led by as many as 20, and they have the comfortable halftime margin as we check out the leading scorers summary, brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealer, Advantage Jeep and Eagle. The X-Man off to a terrific start, hit 8 of 9 from the field for his 18. Also has 3 fouls, as does Ewing. 10 points for Wilkins, and you see the balance scoring, 8 apiece for Ewing and Jackson. Oakley and Mason each with 7. And for the Bullets, Harvey Grant with 14. A.J. English, who's been pumping them up, has 13, and Purvis Ellison with 11. And this game similar to what took place at the Garden on Wednesday, where Patrick Ewing was not dominant, did not have to be, and you get the idea that the same case here tonight. In fact, this is a tape repeat of Wednesday night.
It isn't, is it really? The Knicks, though, are really showing balance, and that's the key to it, the growth of this team of late. Everyone participating, the lack of dependence on Ewing. Do I have your full attention?
You know, I'm concentrating. I did go for a moment because, frankly, John, it's kind of boring.
Glassy-eyed.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But the Knicks had a 10-point lead at halftime the other night, so it's even a little better tonight.
Thanks, John. Let's take a look at some of the halftime highlights, brought to you by Minolta, creators of the world's most responsive SLR cameras, the new Maxim XI series.
And speaking of X, this was the man in the opening moments of the game. McDaniel had the tremendous touch tonight in the first half. He lit it up early. Actually, in the first quarter, he did most of his damage with that jump shot. He was wide open. Mason set him up beautifully. And then Gerald Wilkins also showed LaBradford Smith some fancy moves. He filled him up the other night with moves like this, although he was stuffing them then. Gerald also with an excellent first half.
Yes, another good one. 5 for 8, 10 points. Also 4 rebounds for Wilkins.
Anthony Mason showing his consistently fine play, rebounding and working in close. Had a hoop at that point and added something to the Knicks offense as well in the first half.
So the Knicks with a 68-51 lead. The Knicks shooting 56% from the floor in the first half.
Up front, Malone. Wilkins got down.
It's exclusive.
But it's not expensive.
It's chic.
And it's oh so marvelous.
Third quarter back in Landover. The Knicks lead the Bullets 68-51. An exceptional shooting first half for the Knicks. 27 for 48, 56%. Bullets at only 43 as they hit 20 out of 46. Michael Adams had an invisible first half. And you can see the turnaround. The Knicks were out rebounded 12-8 in the first quarter, but came on in the second.
Anthony Mason helped in that situation. They tied the half with the 19-all in the rebounding department. And there's a remarkable number. One turnover for the Knicks. See who's the bad guy here. John Starks. Our Toyota matchup shows some high numbers from the forward position. Xavier McDaniel red hot, and Harvey Grant not too far behind him with a very decent first half.
And it's Nick Ball as we get underway in the third quarter. Xavier McDaniel, who for the most part has done it at home and not on the road, is off to the good start here away from the Garden. Purvis Ellison looking to tie up Patrick Ewing with some help. And the foul on LaBradford Smith, who is down deep doubling.
Deep doubling. It's a tongue twister for early stages of your career, I bet. Down deep doubling.
John, are you bored tonight? Just kind of hanging around watching guys playing ball, making a comment here and there?
I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
Grant. Hammonds. So Tom Hammonds with 6 points. He has been quiet thus far after the career high of 31 at the Garden on Wednesday.
Hammonds only played 11 minutes in the first half. Knicks limiting him to 4 shot attempts.
Ewing had it picked off. Adams with the steal. And Smith to the line, and he's shaken up.
Oh, that right hand looks like the wrist was injured when he fell down. Bullets flying up court. Michael Adams passing it off to Smith. And he falls down hard.
Foul committed by Jackson. LaBradford Smith, the rookie from Louisville. Big body for a point guard. 6'3", 200 pounds. There are some who felt that he underachieved at Louisville. Much more was expected of LaBradford Smith. It's the Knicks 68 and the Bullets 55.
Shows you how good he must be to be a first-round pick and be perceived as an underachiever.
And McDaniel lost it. Adams splitting through. Michael Adams will go to the line.
He just explodes when he gets going. And the Bullets have had now the ability to deflect 2 offensive situations by the big men on the Knicks. First it was Ewing, then McDaniel. So after 1 turnover in the first half, the Knicks have already gotten a couple. They now have 3 turnovers in the last minute and 18 seconds.
Michael Adams, a very good foul shooting, 87% from the line, but missed on the first. You know, Michael Adams is off his game. Minute and a half gone by in the third. The Knicks lead by 13. The matchup continues. Smith against Wilkins. Oakley played by Hammonds. Slow start for the Knicks here at the start of the third period.
I think we could see sparks again with Hammonds and Oakley, the way they're banging.
Smith. And it's tipped home.
Boy, that is a terrific move by this man, Purvis Ellison. So quickly he got to that loose ball around the basket.
22nd timeout called by the Knicks with 2 minutes gone by. In the third, the Bullets have reeled off 6 consecutive points and now trail by only 11. This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated is prohibited. Well, next Tuesday, the Knicks will go up against the Miami Heat at Madison Square Garden. We'll be on hand, starting with Knick game night at 7 o'clock. Knicks and the Golden State Warriors on Sunday afternoon, and then Miami on Tuesday. Off the pressure, Smith with the steal, but he stepped out of bounds. So the Knicks maintain possession.
Good pressure by the Bullets now. Both guards converging on Mark Jackson. However, they turn it back over.
Smith regrouping, picked up on a switch by Ewing. Bradford Smith 0 for 5 from the field. Jackson. So the Knicks now lead by the score of 70-57 for the Knicks, their first bucket of the third quarter.
Well, Jackson can drive, can shoot jump shots over Michael Adams. Oh, the Knicks pushing that ball up quickly. And that's Gerald Wilkins on the layup. But Jackson can shoot the jumper over him, but Adams can go around him at the other end.
Oh, look out, Ewing. Tripped up by his teammate, Charles Oakley, and the foul was called on Adams. That is his third. It'll be Knick ball. They lead at 72-59. Bullets with a rush here in the third quarter. Knicks led by as many as 20 in the first half. Marv Albert with John Andres from Landover. Jackson posting up on Adams. Patrick Ewing. That's 10 points for Ewing. Knicks by 15.
Beautiful look by Mark Jackson for his third assist of the game.
Adams misfired from 3, and the foul is called. Ewing getting involved with Hammonds, and that is number 4 on Ewing.
I don't understand a foul call being made like that. Both players going for the loose ball.
Ewing will sit down. Anthony Mason is back, so Patrick Ewing departs with 10 points.
Didn't seem to be contact as Ewing was going for that ball.
Patrick Ewing sat out 9 minutes in the first half, and it did not affect the Knicks during that stretch. They outscored the Bullets 24-13. It will be Knick ball.
Taking another look at that foul call on Patrick Ewing. Ball comes off the board. Ewing challenging with it. I think the whistle had blown by the time that hand was on his back.
Jackson. Rebounded by Ellison. And it will be Washington ball, knocked out of bounds by the Knicks. Adams and Smith in the backcourt. That's Grant. He's up front with Ellison and Hammonds. It's the Knicks 74 and the Bullets 61. Here's McDaniel, fouled by Hammonds.
I think Hammonds enjoyed that. It was one of those, I'm not going to let you stuff the ball, as Xavier comes in for the reverse dunk.
Third foul committed by Hammonds, and McDaniel to the line. He's 2 for 2 from the line. The only other time that Xavier McDaniel scored 20 plus on the road was in Orlando, a 22-point performance.
Perfect form by Xavier. Coaches will tell you to relax, look at the rim. And he is studying that rim.
So he's hit the 20-point mark, and the Knicks now lead 76-61. Ellison and Oakley in a battle. Purvis, Ellison off the dribble. Knicks now lead 76-63. 15 for Ellison, along with 9 rebounds. Wilkins from deep. Yes. Gerald has the stroke back. Looking very sharp the last 2 games. He's hit 7 of 10 tonight for 14. Adams. Knicks 78 and the Bullets 65. It'll be Nick ball.
Charles Oakley a little careless on the inbounds, and Adams almost got it.
Timeout is called with 6:57 remaining in the third.
On game day with their new Knicks Wear It Big in School card, presented by Coca-Cola and Nobody Beats the Wiz. It's also good for discounts on Coke at the Garden concessions and for $1 off CDs and cassettes at Nobody Beats the Wiz. Students can pick up their cards from their high school student affairs office, at the Garden box office, or from Nobody Beats the Wiz stores. Restrictions may apply.
Here's Smith. And Bradford Smith continues to struggle, but Adams is right there. Smith is 0 for 7. John, if he stays on the floor, I think could give Tim Hardaway a pretty good run. Oh, the rejection by Ellison, and they'll jump it up.
That's that Tim Hardaway 0 for 19 game, or 0 for 17 game earlier this season that set an NBA dubious record. Nice pass from Mason inside. Oh, Gerald spinning into a jump ball situation.
Bullets have fought their way back into it here in the third quarter. Down by 11, 6:23 remaining in the third. Smith, met by Jackson, puts a move on. And it will be Washington ball.
Well, the Bullets, to their credit, have come out here in the third quarter with renewed energy.
It is now a 78-69 Knick lead.
How tough is he? Jackson did a very good job staying with him as well.
And Michael Adams has revived here in the third. Meanwhile, the Knicks are struggling. Adams lost it off his foot. Adams has scored the Bullets' last 6 points. Bullets come in with 7 straight losses, 9 of the last 12. Here's McDaniel. Yes. 22 for Xavier McDaniel. If the Knicks 80 and the Bullets 69.
Knicks really staggering along in many ways without Patrick Ewing. He played 15 minutes in the first half, but that was a broken up bunch of minutes because of the foul situation that has plagued him throughout.
Grant posting up. Wilkins providing help. Ellison. Purvis able to shake loose. It's the Knicks 80 and the Bullets 71. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third. McDaniel has hit 9 of 10 from the field. It's a 3-second violation against the Knicks.
Knicks are evolving now into an offense that is simply get the ball to Xavier. Sure, Pat Riley would like to see a little more motion by the other people. When that happens, standing around becomes the mode of play by the other members of the team.
And Grant was hit as he made his move. Wilkins called for the foul. That's his second. It is a non-shooting affair. The Knicks come into tonight with a record of 11-11 on the road. They've won their last 3 away from home. After losing their first 5 road games, they've taken 11 of the last 17. A huge turnaround on the road for the Knicks. Ellison. Hammond's kept it alive. Jackson starts back. Wilkins. I don't think that's what he had in mind. He got himself caught. Hammond. So the Bullets have moved within 7 off a 10-2 run.
Interesting. No timeout being called by Pat Riley as the Bullets crowd gets behind him now.
Wilkins, yes, he left LeBradford Smith out deep. Smith had fallen down. Smith with the baseline move, and he blew it. Oh, what a night. Here's Jackson. Rebound Ellison, and this is going at a frantic pace. Adams from Smith. Knicks now lead 82-75. And now Pat Riley calls for timeout with 3:18 remaining in the third.
Guess the total number of points the Knicks will score during the month of February, and you could win the grand prize of a year's supply of Carvel ice cream and 1992-93 season tickets to the New York Knicks in Carvel's Take Your Best Shot sweepstakes. Other prizes include Carvel ice cream cakes and tickets to an upcoming Knicks game. To enter, stop by your local Carvel ice cream bakery and look for the special Take Your Best Shot display. Enter today.
Well, the Knicks are being shown that they can't let their minds wander to Sunday in the Golden State Warriors. Dutch Boy in the paint numbers show the Knicks 18 points in the paint. Bullets ahead of them. And in the third quarter, the Bullets are beating them on the boards. And Patrick Ewing's absence is really hurting the Knicks now. It's showing.
Yes, they were not affected by his departure on fouls in the first half, but that's not the case. Meanwhile, the X-Man continues at his blistering shooting pace. 10 of 11 from the field. He has 24. The Knicks 84. The Bullets 75. Beautiful play as Ellison double team was able to give it up. Meanwhile, the Knicks take advantage, but Starks trying to stuff blew the layup.
That was a fine pass by Oakley.
Here's Grant. It's the Knicks by 5, 84-79, with 2.5 remaining in the third, and now the Bullets have the crowd with them. Rick Anthony getting set to come on. Mason is fouled. Anthony Mason will go to the line. Rick Anthony replacing Mark Jackson, who leads with 10 points. Mason is 1 for 1 from the line. Well, earlier we talked about how well Mason has played throughout the year, but in particular the last 5 games, he has the point average up over 12 per game. He had a sensational road trip, came up very strong against Golden State, Clippers, Utah. Adams behind the back for Hammond. 2 minutes to go in the third. The Knicks 86 and the Bullets 79. Marv Albert with John Andres from the Capitol Center, Landover, Maryland. McDaniel, yes, 11 for 12 for 26 points for the X-Man. It's the Knicks 88, Bullets 79. Grant and McDaniel are pounding each other. And a holding foul against the Knicks. It's on Starks. Knicks now over the foul limit. Ellison and McDaniel with some heavy conversation.
Bradford Smith having a tough night tonight. Getting in close. Starks denies him. And he gets a bump. More than a bump, actually, from Xavier.
Landed on his wrist earlier. 0 for 9. Well, we have 0 for 9 from the field. Don't want to make it even worse than it is for Bradford. However, he is 3 for 3 from the foul line. The Knicks 88 and the Bullets 81. Time left in the third quarter.
Adams has to deal with the fresh legs now of Greg Anthony.
Anthony and Starks in the backcourt. Mason, Oakley, McDaniel up front. Shot clock at 7. Anthony. And he has had the touch. We saw that in Utah when he went 4 for 4. Actually had one taken away on an offensive foul, but he has shot well this evening. Offensive foul on the Bullets.
And that's Anthony doing his job at the other end, following up that jump shot. Take another look at it now. Oh, he's shoved by Grant. Grant leans in on him. When you set a pick, you better stay still or it's a foul.
Now Grant will sit down, replaced by Stewart. Larry Stewart comes on. Grant picks up his 4th.
Mysteriously, David Wingate and Riddell Eccles haven't gotten time tonight for the Bullets.
Well, they have been in and out of the Wes Unseld doghouse. Mason lost the dribble, but it was deflected out by the Bullets. 45 seconds to go in the third. Shot clock is at 7. Now the crowd reacts to the air ball. Knicks lead by 9 points. Adams puts the speed on, and he's fouled.
Michael Adams is dynamite. He's playing against a much younger player who's real fast, and he just breezes by Greg Anthony.
Adams has hit 6 of 7 from the field here in the third quarter, following the 1 for 5 in the first half. Pressure by the Bullets, knocked out of bounds by Ellison.
Nice reaction, Bob. You almost got it.
I was looking for the deflection. Knicks by 6. And they'd like to hold for a final shot. There's a 2-second differential between the game clock and the 24. They look to double up on Anthony, who finds Starks, and he flopped. Good movement between Anthony and Starks. Starks to the line with 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And he has been off his game tonight. 2 for 7 from the field and 1 for 3 from the line. The Knicks 91, Bullets 84. Down to 5 seconds. Here's Smith. Make it 0 for 10 for Bradford. And after 3, it's the Knicks 91, the Bullets 84.
Kevin Kelly of Flushing, New York takes on former world champion Troy Dorsey in a 12-round battle for Kelly's WBC Continental America's Featherweight title. Wow, what a title. Tickets are now on sale at the Garden Box Office, all Ticketmaster locations, or by calling Ticketmaster at 212-307-7171. Well, the Knicks got a little sloppy early in the third quarter. Rushed a shot by Gerald Wilkins. The Bullets pushed it up court. Tom Hammonds was delighted to be in the open court. Nobody banging on him for once, and he soared for a slam dunk. Michael Adams at the controls, pushing the ball off. Olsen finds his teammate inside, and that's 2 more for the Bullets, who have made things tough here in the third.
Yes, they were down by as many as 20. Now trailing by only 7 as the fourth quarter gets underway. Adams looking for the opening against Anthony, could not find it. Hammonds. And the Knicks will take over. Well, the Bullets turning it around with the 58% shooting in the third. A rare miss by McDaniel, holding foul, and it's called on Stewart. That's his third. Capacity crowd here at the Capitol Center, 18,756. A sellout here for the Knicks and the Bullets, meeting for the third time this season.
Well, Pat Riley once again letting Patrick Ewing sit it out, as Patrick has 4 fouls.
Mason on the follow, and he is hacked. Anthony Mason pulling his way to the basket, and he drew the foul. Patrick Ewing, 4 out of 8 from the field, 10 points, and foul difficulty in the first half. Sat down after picking up his third, and then was taken out in the third quarter when he collected his fourth.
It'll be very difficult for Patrick, who usually drips when he plays, to get that sweat going in his touchback. He has had a very difficult night. Can't put together long minutes on the floor the way the fouls have been called.
Mason is now 3 for 4 from the line. The Knicks lead 92-84. Rick Anthony's done a good job against Michael Adams. Made it difficult for Adams to find his move. Shot clock at 7. Here's Adams. Pat Riley wants Anthony to push it down. McDaniel to a fadeaway air ball, handled by Charles Jones. 3-on-2, Hammonds from Adams, and he's pushed by Starks.
Boy, Hammonds gets up high. His coach at Georgia Tech, Bobby Cremon, said he was the hardest working player he's ever coached. Hammonds now in his 3rd season. Hasn't really made it big yet. 5 points a game the last 2 years.
You know, every 2 or 3 years a coach will say that about a player. You know, you look at the press guide, right? And I'm sure Bobby was very sincere, but you know he's going to say that about somebody else in 2 years. Tom Hammonds hits 2 for 2. Not a good free throw shooter, but he's hit his free throws recently. Knicks now lead 92-86. Minute and a half gone by in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 5. Mason. He just did beat the 24.
What a great look from Oakley.
The Knicks 94, Bullets 86. Mason has 12. Adams, Anthony almost got a piece of it. Starks going behind the back. McDaniel, yes. 28 points for Xavier McDaniel, and the Bullets take a timeout. 9:38 remaining in the fourth. The Knicks lead by 10.
And drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from Budweiser.
Knicks lead at 96-86. Hammonds able to elude Mason. 12 points for Tom Hammonds.
I think his groin pull is not bothering him once again tonight.
Yes, it has healed. Starks with the step. So he'll go to the line. But first, we're set for an update. Let's go to Lisa Burkhardt.
All right. right, thanks, Marv. At Milwaukee tonight, late in the second quarter, the Celtics lose a battle for a rebound. Jay Humphries starts the fast break and dishes to former Celtic Fred Roberts, filling the lane for the layup. It's 56-all now in the third. Back to Marv.
Thank you, Lisa. John Starks to the line. He is 2 for 5 from the foul line. Patrick Ewing checking back in, replacing Charles Oakley. Another solid game for Oakley. 7 points, 7 rebounds, and he has had to fill in more than usual at center with Ewing facing the foul difficulty.
Yeah, he played more minutes than any Knicks player in the first half. Played 20.
Suddenly, John Starks struggling with his shooting. The call away from the ball. It's on Starks, who complains about the foul. That is his 5th. And he'll be replaced by Gerald Wilkins. Plays with 6 points. 3 minutes gone by in the 4th. Bullets with the ball, down by 8. Knicks have led by as many as 20. That back in the first half. There's Grant. It counts. And the foul.
Not every forward in the NBA can post up down low, but Grant, despite his thinness, able to handle Xavier McDaniel and work out that inside move quite nicely.
Grant is now 10 for 13 from the field. McDaniel picked up his 4th foul, and the Knicks now by only 5. Ewing off a triple team, thought it was fouled.
It will be difficult for Patrick to get back in the flow of this fast-paced game.
Hammonds, nice fadeaway move.
Boy, that is some tough move. I mean, nobody can guard a player with a move like that. Ooh.
And Wilkins threw up the air ball. Mason broke it up. English rebounded by Mason. The Knicks now with a front line of Ewing, McDaniel, and Mason. Anthony and Wilkins in the backcourt. Mason. Crowd wanted to travel. Hammond shooting. And Wilkins gets to it.
Boy, the Bullets set some pace and tempo to this game right now.
Anthony, yes. Greg Anthony has hit 4 for 7. He has 8 points. The Knicks 98 and the Bullets 91. Kiki Vandeweghe getting set to come on. Here's Ellison. .45 remaining in the 4th. Mason backing Hammonds. Rejected by Ellison. Mason with the recovery, and he lost it. Timeout has been called by Washington. Wilkins for 3, and Ewing able to tap. Sixers get back.
Time for a New York Telephone look at things. This call to the bench is brought to you by the New York Telephone Company, who reminds you the New York Telephone regional calling area is bigger than you think. Bench scoring favoring the Knicks once again. Anthony Mason, Greg Anthony stepping forward. A.J. English doing it for the Bullets. Greg Anthony hitting a key jump shot. He's had the good touch from long range tonight.
Knicks 98 and the Bullets 91. Greg Anthony continues to play Michael Adams very well. A.J. English. Purvis Ellison. Ellison now with 19 points, along with 14 rebounds and 5 blocked shots. The Knicks lead at 98-93. 6 minutes remaining in the fourth. That's a bad shot. Ewing forced it up. Adams for Hammonds. Ellison. Oh, the Knicks got a break there. Bullets not able to hit the 2 putbacks. Here's Vandeweghe. Yes. So Kiki Vandeweghe, who could not find the range in the first half, went 0 for 4 in 8 minutes, comes off the bench and is able to connect.
Well, he saved his best for last the other game Wednesday night. He had 9 of his 13 points in the fourth quarter Wednesday night.
Off the bucket by Vandeweghe. Knicks lead by 7. Grant. English at the 24-second violation. Mark Jackson, Charles Oakley return, replacing Anthony Mason and Greg Anthony. Strong games for both. Mason, 12 points, 7 rebounds. Anthony with 8 points, and as you mentioned, has been hitting the outside shot. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. Here's Ewing. Yes, and it counts. Patrick Ewing will go to the line.
Well, that pass by Mark Jackson took Ewing right in the direction he wanted to go, toward the basket. Ewing bothered by that foul, but not enough to stop him. Tonight things are a little different. The other night they were even, but Ewing spent most of the evening on the bench tonight, so that's why he's trailing Purvis Ellison.
The Knicks 102, the Bullets 93. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Adams had the baseline closed by Jackson. Vandeweghe in a scrap with Grant and a foul called. Grant will go to the line. Jackson helping out, called for the foul. Harvey Grant to the line. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line, a 79% foul shooter.
Observing the laws of foul shooting. Following through, he's falling backwards.
.93 Knicks. Adams staying with Jackson. Oakley back to help. Facing the light pressure. With Vandeweghe, Oakley, and Ewing up front. Jackson and Wilkins in the backcourt. Apparently the scoreboard here at the Cap Center wrong a moment ago. The correct score, Knicks 102 and the Bullets 94. 4:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. It will be Nick Ball. And Purvis Ellison comes up hobbling.
Good defensive pressure by the Knicks, forcing that turnover. This is where they rose again in their prior game. Their defense got tough.
Purvis Ellison hanging in, although he's hurt. Ewing goes right at him. Back tap by Oakley. Mark Jackson checking with Pat Riley over at the bench. Actually, Pat is closer to center court. Here's Wilkins. Yes. Gerald Wilkins again hitting from the outside. The Knicks lead by 10, and the Bullets take a 20-second timeout with 3:40 remaining in the fourth.
It's getting a big lift on a shot like that, as Patrick Ewing is having a bit of a difficult situation now getting the touchback. Purvis Ellison, however, on this play, twists the ankle. Came up hobbling. It was either his ankle or his knee on that one, but he seemed to shake it off. But has been replaced now by Charles Jones, and it is the left knee that's getting the attention.
Remember the last time the Knicks were here back in early January, Purvis involved in that automobile accident en route to the Capitol Center, sat out one game and then bounced back strong and did face the Knicks. Hurt his neck, is wearing a soft brace around his neck.
Bullets cooling off here in the fourth quarter.
A.J. English brings the Bullets with an 8. 3:20 remaining in the fourth. Again, the pressure by Washington.
Knicks keeping their good spacing out there against this pressure makes that defense work even harder.
Pass went through the hands of Jackson. Tough to handle it. Here the Bullets trying to take advantage of the turnover. Adams is held by Vandeweghe.
Well, Kiki doesn't want to be facing this little quick guy and ties him up. This will be a 2-shot foul.
Michael Adams only 2 out of 5 from the line. Usually an excellent free throw shooter. Now Purvis Ellison apparently all right. Returns, replacing Charles Jones. Michael Adams spent 1 year with Sacramento, 1 with Washington, then 4 with Denver. Now back with the Bullets. Man has been waived twice, traded once by the Bullets. Not been an easy time for Michael. Some CBA action also involved. And he's come on strong the last couple of years.
Certainly has. He's big time now for this franchise. Vandeweghe coughs it up.
Bullets down by 6. 2:45 remaining in the fourth. Ellison. Nice play. Hammonds from Ellison to cut it to 4. And the Knicks take a timeout with 2:39 remaining in the fourth. Lead 104-100 with 2:39 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Bullets hanging right in. A beautiful pass from Purvis Ellison to Tom Hammond to cut it down to 4. And Pat Riley very upset off that last sequence. The Knicks with 3 timeouts remaining. Bullets have 2. Both teams have used their 20. Oakley. Whoa. Ewing with the save. Adams right there. And he called for time. Good play.
Midair.
He had nowhere to go. He was bottled up. And this way, the Bullets maintain possession.
Yeah, but that's what Bird and the kid. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. They, you know, they're right up there in shooting percentage.
Bucks by 1, 2:44 to go third quarter.
Lohaus into the game. The 7-footer from Iowa rattles it in.
The Gators count or so long as the larger
Certified advantage.
Fettuccine. Gray shampoo.
Highlights of this one. The Knicks and the Bullets going down to the final minutes.
Bullets are not going away. And Michael Adams calls timeout midair to save the day, save the possession actually, because I don't think he had anywhere to throw that ball. 2:23 left. The Bullets are 4 points away from the Knicks.
Knicks have led all the way, led by as many as 14 in the first quarter. Washington got it down to 3. Knicks went up to lead by as many as 20. This is the closest the Bullets have been since back in the second quarter. Trailing by only 4. As we come up on 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. Here's Grant. Tough angle shot. And knocked out of bounds by Hammond.
Well, now would be the time for the Knicks to turn to Ewing. Only 12 points, 5 out of 13. Tough night for him, but they need him now.
Bullets have that 1 timeout remaining. Here is Ewing from deep. English. What a shot by A.J. English. Getting it up high to avoid the block. And the Knicks lead is down to 2.
The sellout crowd is now getting the rewards of the effort of this Bullets team.
Minute and a half remaining in the fourth. Jackson saw the opening, hit the reverse. Protected it beautifully against Purvis Ellison. Knicks lead 106, 102.
Looking at Pat Riley, get the feeling he'd like to be out there playing.
The Knicks their first bucket in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Tom Hammonds has come on strong in the second half. He now has 16, and that Knick lead is down to 2 as we come up on a minute remaining in the fourth. Shot clock at 10. McDaniel. Hammonds with the rebound.
I got to stop this little guy out high.
Well, he was fouled. Michael Adams will go to the line. Foul committed by McDaniel. That's his 5th. Knicks over the limit. Michael Adams only 4 for 7 from the line. See, the Knicks 1 out of 5 from the line here in the fourth. Now, Adams an 86% foul shooter. Coming into tonight, the Knicks a half game in front of the Boston Celtics. Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks are tied in the third quarter at 66. So the Bullets have come from way back, and they've tied it at 106. The Knicks take timeout.
In front of us. Low house inbounds, 3.7 to go in the period. Humphreys pushed Douglas down. They called him for the foul, and it'll be Boston ball with 3.4.
Now that was not a flop. You know, Humphreys wanted to post Douglas up there, and you're going to see it here. Now just watch. Now just watch as he hits him right there and knocks him back. That was not a flop. Now you have plenty of time here. You can make a catch, and you can even get 2 dribbles if the ball went up front. Oh, he pushed him out of bounds. Holy mackerel. And Vivetta gives the ball to Milwaukee. Of course, Douglas. Douglas said he pushed me out of that. Of course right in front of us. It was like a mugging, but no call. How did he get away with that? That's amazing. You'll have to see this one. You know what it is? No one wanted this quarter to end. That's right. I did. You're right. Now, we're going to give you this replay on the side. Now, just watch this. Now, there's your push right there. He pushed you right in the lower back, right out of bounds.
Oh, my. Where's the policeman when you need him?
This game is now tied at 106. The Bullets hoping to end a 7-game losing streak.
Michael Adams igniting this team. A.J. English with an amazing jump shot. As good fortune seems to be turning in the direction of the Bullets, but they are earning it with their hard work.
The last time the Bullets came up with a victory was January 14th against the Indiana Pacers. They did it here at the Cap Center in double overtime. 127-118. Since then, 7 straight losses. Here's Ewing with the drop step, and he'll go to the line. Patrick Ewing was hacked. Fouled by Ellison. That is his second. John Starks back on the floor. Starks with Wilkins and Jackson. Knicks go to the 3-guard alignment. Ewing and McDaniel up front. So Patrick Ewing now 3 out of 4 from the line. Only 13 points because of the foul trouble. And he's given the Knicks a 1-point lead. 37 seconds to go in the fourth. Ewing hits on both. Knicks 108 and the Bullets 106.
Jackson needs help now with Adams. Adams is looking to give the ball up, though.
Shot clock at 12. Oh, quick play by Wilkins to 15 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks with the ball and a 2-point lead. And the foul given by Grant. That's number 5 on Grant. And McDaniel will go to the line.
You know, it's so tough for a player mentally to make a play like Wilkins just did. Because if he misses, he can get burned, his man can score, or he commits a foul, which will appear to be an unnecessary foul. But look at his quickness. Bursting around Grant, a taller man. Grant didn't set himself and protect the position he wanted.
Xavier McDaniel, 4 for 4 from the line. He has had a splendid game. 12 for 16 from the field. And way off on that first opportunity.
He looked very tight on that as that ball left his hand.
McDaniel only a 70% free throw shooter. 10 seconds remaining in the fourth. He misses both. Rebounded by Hammonds, and the Bullets take a timeout. Xavier McDaniel blowing the free throws. 9 9/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
Imagine being born with the ability to meet any challenge expertly. That's the wonder of the new Maxim XI from Minolta. With the experience of professionals programmed right in, it responds to any change of speed, or light, or distance automatically for ultimate performance. The new Maxim XI, born experienced. Only from the mind of Minolta.
Don't forget the big screen TVs. It's January clearance time at the Wiz, and the warehouse is jumping. We're moving all our merchandise into our stores before inventory. Get the camcorders on. Everything's going. Every brand, every model. Everything from VCR.
My move. Come on, Lee. Come on. I've been allowed to do that ever since I've been in this league.
That's my move. Bucks by 3. 10:42 to go in the game. Malone is back in now. Lowhouse moves out to the forward. Greer with the pass to Malone.
I don't want to say anything, but that was another air ball.
He said it was a pass. We've seen 6 or 7 air balls tonight on uncontested shots. Douglas with that big penetration move that you talk about they like so much at Boston.
See, you must play him, Sherman Douglas, for the score on the penetration in the lane. A lot of other point guards, you've got to lay off a little bit because they're dangerous. They'll make the pass. Tonight, he has not made the pass yet.
Douglas trying to get something off the dribble. He commits the offensive foul with his right arm.
And the foul is called. The Bullets will go to the line with 1 7/10 seconds remaining. Michael Adams somehow getting to that loose ball on the rebound.
What a competitor. 5'10" or shorter. And Adams right in there gets that loose ball and forces it up and draws the foul.
Xavier McDaniel called for the foul. He is fouled out of the game. Leaves with 28 points. It was Xavier just moments ago who missed the 2 free throws. So it's down to this.
This is pressure.
He's now 7 for 10 from the line, looking to tie the game. 1 7/10 seconds remaining. The Knicks do have a timeout left. And the game is tied at 1:08. The Knicks call for time.
We respect him. Someone left the door open. Lob down to Ellis. He's surrounded by back to Greer. Malone goes to the line.
Someplace where he's been most of his career.
Parrish, first personal foul tonight.
candy trash.
Game, 1 7/10 seconds remaining. It will be Knick possession. They do have one timeout remaining. The Bullets do not have any. Xavier McDaniel off that foul. Picked up number 6, the foul that sent Michael Adams to the line. Anthony Mason checks in, and he will inbound. And let's see how the Knicks play it. Bullets, of course, do not want to foul. Both clubs are over the limit.
Lead pass to Ewing.
There's Ewing. And we go to overtime. So Patrick Ewing, who has not had a steady flow because of the foul difficulty, is now 5 for 15 from the floor. The Knicks and the Bullets head to OT.
Fine, so let me add to my 8,000 and plus foul shots made.
Tied at 108 as we head to overtime.
Well, Ewing with the height advantage over Ellison was the decision the Knicks made. Although Patrick has not had the touch all night because of his erratic playing time, because of the foul problems. You know he's anxious to get to the situation where he can put a stamp of Patrick Ewing on this game, which has not been done yet.
Knicks 3-0 in overtime games. Bullets have won all 4 of their overtime. Starks off the dribble, going right at English for the reverse. John Starks gives the Knicks a 110-108 lead. The Knicks have led all the way. They led for 47 minutes and 5 seconds of the game. The game was tied in the final seconds. Jackson off the steal. And he's held by Adams. Number 5 on Michael Adams.
You know, the unusual part of this comeback by the Bullets and this most spirited play by them is that it's not like somebody got crazy hot or got wild or got great out there. They just kept working and picking away at the Knicks.
Mason is up front along with Patrick Ewing, and the Knicks go with the 3 guards. Here's Ewing. Yes. So Patrick Ewing extends to a 4-point Knick lead, and Wes Unseld wants a timeout with 58 seconds gone by in the 5-minute overtime session. We'll be back right after these words. At the MSG Sports Desk, the special 15-minute edition. A look at what is going on around the NBA. Preview of the St. John's UConn game coming up at the Garden tomorrow, and some hot stove baseball news. Incidentally, in the 4th quarter, Milwaukee leading Boston 83-78. The Knicks in the first half led by as many as 20. The Bullets were able to hang around, and they got back into it in the 4th quarter with that 24-17 advantage.
See the Knicks scoring going way down quarter by quarter. 17 in the 4th. Knicks 112, Bullets 108. Adams was fouled by Jackson. Mark Jackson did a good job in keeping the baseline away from Michael Adams, but he's called for the push. That's 4 on Mark. So Adams to the line, hit the pressure free throws to tie the game with 1 7/10 seconds remaining. You want to talk about the importance of free throws, which hasn't haunted the Knicks lately in their winning streak. But had Xavier McDaniel made one of his 2, this game would most likely be over.
Adams began the night 1 out of 4 from the line. Since then, he's hit 8 in a row. The Knicks 112, the Bullets 110. 3:45 to go in the 5-minute overtime. It's spreading the floor. Wilkins played by English. Shot clock at 6. Down to 3. Starks. Yes. Suddenly, John Starks has joined the offense. Did not have a good shooting game during regulation.
Knicks need that too because the Bullets are clustering around Ewing at the Knicks end.
Adams crashing the boards, but could not control, so the Knicks take possession. They lead by 4. Here's Wilkins. And Jackson able to run it down. Now Pat Riley screaming for a timeout. Could not get the attention of Mark Jackson. Now he does. So the timeout taken with 12 on the 24. 2:48 remaining in overtime.
14-1-10, 2:48 to go in overtime. Well, this Sunday, 1 p.m., the Knicks and the Golden State Warriors will go at it. All fans attending the game will receive a free copy of the new team magazine, Knickerbocker Baseline Confidential. Tickets are available at the Garden box office and through Ticketmaster.
.248 remaining in overtime. And Pat Riley has his Knicks up by 4. It will be Knick ball. They have 12 on the shot clock. Starks looking to elude English, and he's fouled. A.J. English called for his third. A.J. English has been a factor in this Bullet comeback. He has 17 points. The high net for the Bullets, Adams with 24. Grant has 24. Ellison 19 points and 18 rebounds.
I think back to the Utah game. John Starks had not been shooting the ball well. But he kept digging, and all of a sudden came up big in the second half of that game.
But he is now 2 for 7. He's had a horror show at the foul line. Knicks now lead 115-110. 2:42 remaining in overtime. Grant for Ellison. There's Grant. Good defense by the Knicks.
Gerald Wilkins way up on the boards for that rebound.
Knicks have come out strong in overtime after the Bullets came from behind to tie it. Here's Ewing off a double team. Oh, what a play by Ellison. He stripped him. Adams. English. Starks with the steal. Jackson went right at Ellison, and the steal by Jackson. What a play. Drawing the foul.
Jackson rushing to play a bit after Starks gets control of the ball with the alert hands up. Comes down, wisely gives it up. Knicks undoubtedly would want to kill some time. Jackson took the shot but was able to recover the miss.
Here's Ewing. Yes. Patrick Ewing has hit a couple of clutch buckets in overtime. And the Knicks now lead 117-110. Minute 35 to go in the OT. English. It counts, and the foul. It's called on Starks.
A.J. English coming up strong here. Very difficult shot. Mason was waiting after Starks. Driving left. He comes back to the right hand. Tough to do that physically.
Starks committing the foul. That is his 5th. A.J. English, a good free throw shooter, 83%. Kiki Vandeweghe has checked in. Knicks now have Ewing, Mason, and Vandeweghe up front with Jackson and Wilkins in the backcourt. English not able to complete the three-point play, so the Knicks lead by 5. See time remaining in the overtime. Down to 1:20. Wilkins with the a spin. And the Knicks get a break. Last touch by Hammonds. The Knicks get a new 24. The Knicks gunning for their 5th straight win, trying to make it 6 out of 7. And looking for a sweep of the home-and-home with the Bullets. Taking some time off the clock in no rush. Ewing, yes, Patrick Ewing with 20 points. 6 of the 20 here in overtime. And the Bullets take a timeout.
Dunk opportunity. People don't think of him as a jumper, but he can get up.
Gerald Wilkins. Now 1 for 2 from the line. And Pat Riley with 40 seconds remaining in overtime now has his club out in front by 8 points. 120 to 112. Knicks did not want to foul. The Knicks 120, the Bullets 114. Pressure by Washington. Vandeweghe. Foul by Ellison, so the Bullets give a foul. That'll put Vandeweghe to the line. That's the reason Kiki is on the floor right now. The Knicks want Vandeweghe to handle the ball. They want him going to the line. He's an 84% free throw shooter, 1 for 1 tonight. As I said, that's why they want him going to the line.
He is their best foul shooter, percentage-wise.
So Kiki hits 1 of 2. The Knicks now lead 121-114. 23 seconds remaining in overtime. We'll be back right after this message. 10:30 tonight because of the overtime, followed by sports interview right here on MSG and the MSG Sports Desk at 11. Bullets using their final timeout. Knicks have 2 remaining. 23 and 3/10 seconds to go in this overtime. And the Knicks lead 121-114.
Well, the depth of the Knicks again pulling this thing out. Patrick Ewing not a factor throughout the game, came on strong, but his teammates got him to this point. John Starks quiet through most of the game. Several big plays here in the last few minutes.
Rick Anthony now checks back in. Grant intercepted by Ewing.
I wonder what the intention was on that play with Ewing standing next to Ellison.
I would think they were looking for a bucket and a foul, possible 3-point play. Anthony shaken up, down to 16 seconds remaining.
Anthony hurting as his foot was stepped on.
And that was number 6 by Michael Adams. Michael Adams came on strong in the second half, sparking the Bullets to send this game into overtime. He leads with 24 points. The Knicks 123, Bullets 114. So tonight, not an easy task against the Bullets in contrast to what took place at the Garden on Wednesday. The Knicks led by as many as 20. Bullets came back, and the Knicks go on to the win in overtime with 1 and 9/10 seconds left. Anthony again will be sent to the free throw line.
Fine play by Mason once again, pulling down that rebound in traffic, thwarting off the people who wanted to steal it, and then delivering the pass nicely.
And the Evian Natural Spring Water Player of the Game, Xavier McDaniel. 28 points, 12 for 16 shooting. So the X-Man has done it on the road. Only the second time this season that he's had a 20-plus away from Madison Square Garden. He came out firing. The Knicks 125, the Bullets 114. The Knicks have now won 5 5 in a row. 6 of their last 7. They go to 28-15, and for the moment are a full game in front of the Boston Celtics, who are trailing Milwaukee by 6 points in the 4th quarter. The Bullets dropped to 14-29, and they've now lost 8 in a row and 10 of their last 13. The Knicks back home to face Golden State on Sunday. In the final, Knicks 125, the Bullets 114. We'll be back in a moment.
Jackson goes right around Kendall Gill. Followed big time by... You don't have a flip. Pump fake. Get him up in the air, and now make your move solid.
Wise old Al in the low post.
24 points, 10 in the period for Moses Malone to go with his 10 rebounds. Everybody, both teams in the bonus. Fox, that's a 3. Should it fall? Malone, appropriately, gets the rebound. An 8-point Bucks lead, 44 seconds to go in the game, and Milwaukee about to snap a 5-game losing streak.
These two guys, nice, almost a steal. These two guys have been having words every time that they're faced one another. Humphreys and Douglas. They are in one another's face.
And notice that Douglas has had all the crunch time playing time at point guard for Boston here.
Yeah, it's been interesting because Bagley has, really done a nice job.
Malone traveled, wiped that one away. But the Bucks lead it by 8 with only 33 seconds remaining in the game.
That might have been the only bad thing for the big
Yankees magazine.
After cutting,
no foul.
throw out only 2 and possibly 3 bags of human flesh and bones at a time. And at this time, he would hide the bags underneath other bags of garbage, which were located in the dumpster behind his apartment.
But he couldn't dispose of the bodies fast enough and had to buy a freezer just to store body parts.
That whenever he dismembered his victims, he was always completely naked. He wore no shoes, socks, or any type of clothing. See, this was not done, in fact, because of sexual gratification, but simply for necessity, because the job of cutting and dismembering his victims was quite messy.
The officer quoted Dahmer as saying even he found it hard to believe any human being could have done what he did. Indeed, most of us can't even begin to imagine the kind of horrors described in this courtroom. The jury, for the most part, remained expressionless. No easy task. Expressionless, too, were Dahmer's parents, just a few feet away from families of the victims. Some of them are upset there's only one black on the jury, though most of the victims were black.
The racial makeup of the jury will definitely affect the outcome of the trial. We are outraged in the community.
Indeed, some feel Dahmer deliberately victimized blacks.
14. And the Knicks go to 28-15 with their 5th straight win. Knicks in command right throughout, led by as many as 20. Bullets made a run and got this game into overtime, and the Knicks come out with the W. The leading scorer summary brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealer, Advantage Jeep and Eagle. Xavier McDaniel with 28 on 12 for 16 from the field at one point. He hit 11 of 12. Patrick Ewing had 26 of the 20 in overtime. Strong game for Gerald Wilkins. 9 for 17 for his 19. Also came up with a big steal in the late stages. 12 apiece from Mason, Jackson, and Anthony. Once again, an all-around effort by the Knicks. And the Bullets got 24 apiece from Grant and Adams. English with 21. Ellison at 19 points and 19 rebounds. And Hammonds off the good second half with 16 points. As we mentioned, Gerald Wilkins had a good one, was hitting the outside shot tonight. There's Gerald with the side jump for 2 of his 19 points. And he is alongside John. Let's go down to the court.
Thank you, Marv. Gerald, what a crazy game that was. The Knicks are ahead for over 47 minutes of the game, and then the thing goes into overtime. Can you explain that one?
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to the Bullets. They play hard. They play hard every night. They just keep coming at you. And, you know, that press hurt us, and but we sustained it in the overtime. That was the most important thing. But they're tough in this place, and they keep coming with that press. It's tough to beat them.
You missed Patrick Ewing because of the foul trouble throughout the game. Very difficult, isn't it, to come off the bench as he had to do and find the touch again.
Well, you know, when Patrick gets in foul trouble like that, obviously other guys have to step up and continue to play. And we're going to need him down the stretch when he comes back in. And when he comes back in, he seems to get it going pretty well, staying out of foul trouble the rest of the way, and hitting big shots and making big rebounds for us.
Gerald, you announced before the game that you were taping your ankles for the first time as a pro. Why did you do that again?
Well, you know, I figure, you know, it's getting tough on everybody this year as far as injuries are concerned, especially to the ankles and Achilles. And I feel like, hey, this is my 7th year, and I might as well start getting some more support on those ankles because it's going to be tough on down the road. So I feel like I'm going to start taping from here on out so I wouldn't have an injury like my brother has sustained. You know, you're talking about a career-ending type injury. Hopefully he can make it back with it, but from here on out, I'm taping.
That's a strange feeling to have that tightly wrapped tape around your ankles for the first time. How did you feel?
Well, you know, you got to get used to it because it's really tight. You know, it's like wearing a pair of high-top sneakers when I'm used to wearing, you know, low-cut or a 3/4 with a lot of movement in my feet and ankles. But with the tape, you have to get used to it. It has to loosen up, and once it gets loosened up, then you feel pretty good. But you still have that tight support that's keeping your ankles from turning, or especially when you step on someone's foot.
But you can't wait to get it off, right?
No question, it hurts.
Xavier McDaniel, the big man offensively in the first half particularly. Was the game plan to go to Xavier?
Well, you know, we knew that Xavier was having a tough time, it was late, and we wanted to get him into the ball game. And obviously he had to get himself in by hitting the shots that he had gotten. But it was definitely a big game for him early on. With him fouling out, you're talking about 28 points fouling out. He could have easily had a 30, 35-point night, but he gave us a big first half, and that's what we needed.
Gerald, the team is building the habit of winning now with a nice winning streak going. What do you think is the big difference in the turnaround for the team?
Well, I think it was the biggest turnaround was character. I think guys looked at themselves, looked at the team, looked at what we had, and didn't want to, you know, spoil what we have accomplished so far. And we came out over the next 5 games dedicated to not spoiling what we have put together and going out and trying to win every single game with the team effort, especially defensively, and offense will come. And the first unit decided that we will have to step up and lead as an example and let the bench come off and take care of that. And, you know, and we've done that. And that's why we're on this 5-game win streak, and hopefully we can keep it going until the All-Star break.
A lot of cohesion with the New York Knicks team right now. Gerald, congratulations on an excellent game.
Thanks, John.
Okay, now let's go back to Marv Albert.
All right, John, so Gerald Wilkins, one of the factors in this Knick victory as they make it a home-and-home sweep of the Washington Bullets. A look at the dunk of the game, which is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers with that distinctively clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud. And we go to the arsenal of the Bullets for this stuff by Tom Hammonds, a clear-cut victor in the dunk category tonight. So in overtime, it's the Knicks over the Bullets, 125-114. We'll be back in a moment.
To the Warriors, the Hardaway.